everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tiara. Yay, yay, yay. So today I want to just reflect a little bit on my time here in South Korea. I have been here for 1 year and 2 months. I've been here for that long, and I plan to stay for much longer because I like being here. I like living in this country. It feels like home for me as of now. I don't know if it'll be home for me later on in life, but for right now, it feels like home for me. So for one thing, I want to talk about like how I've changed here in Korea, because I feel like two things happen when you move to a completely different place that's completely outside of your comfort zone. You either are completely the same, you come here, you're the exact same person, and then you might just go back to your home country, or you might just stay here longer. I don't know. Or you come here and it changes you in some kind of way. Like you adopt certain actions or characteristics that the Korean society has, or like another country has, or whatever. But this is my first time living outside of America. It's my first time living in a different place, you know? And for me, I have become surprisingly more independent, especially with the fact that this country is more of a community style kind of country where they do things with each other. They eat lunch with each other at work. They help each other at work. I mean, it's just, even if they don't want to help each other, it's just a part of the community standard that they gotta do things with each other. People are eating more alone nowadays in Korea, but usually people don't eat alone. Like, it's that kind of a community where you do things together. But I've become more independent in the sense that I don't always need someone's help for something, for like decisions and just life in general. When I used to really, every day I just needed somebody's help. I couldn't really do a lot of things on my own. A lot of people felt like they had to tell me how to do things, like how to do my hair, how to do this, how to do that, and I would just accept it instead of just figure out what works best for me and do things on my own. But when I came here, I'm starting to learn how to do things on my own and starting to figure out what's best for me. Another thing is that I feel more extroverted. More outgoing, more confident. I haven't made that many Korean friends here outside of the Korean friends that I already had back in college, but that's due to my level of Korean when I first got here, and also my shyness with using the Korean language. Now I don't care. I mean, I'm ready to make mistakes. I'm ready to make a lot of mistakes. But yeah, when I first got here, my Korean was trash. Basically non-existent. I didn't really speak it. I struggled to study, especially with what I was going through when I first got here. I went through like a tough breakup when I first got here, so I didn't care about studying Korean. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I want to. I didn't want to study it. I didn't want any of my friends to tell me what to do. I didn't want my friends to tell me how to study Korean. When they would like put stuff in the group chat, like words like this word means this, I didn't care because I was too busy dealing with my own internal mess. But then, as I got over it, I started getting back into gear with actually studying consistently. I started doing the KIIP, the Korean class that I mentioned in the previous video, and I think my Korean has grown significantly over these past few months, over this year that I've been here. And I still can't speak to save my life very well. I am more confident with trying, and failing a lot, but ooh, I can't complete sentences. I just cannot. Yeah. But my listening has gotten much better, and my reading has gotten a lot better. So I'm not like dying in the middle of conversations if someone's talking to me and I can't respond. I'm not like completely dying because I don't know what's going on. I have, at least if they're speaking at a slower pace, I have at least an idea of what's happening. Things I've learned from being in Korea. Things move very, very fast in this country, but I've also learned some kind of patience for certain things. So it's like you gotta go. It's just go culture. But then there's certain things where you learn to be more patient about. Because I'm naturally an impatient person, but I also don't like being rushed at the same time. I've learned to think more carefully before I say something, especially since most of the time I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the language that people are speaking to me. I'm trying to figure out what people are saying. So I'm sitting here like this, like trying to decipher the sentence in my brain and then trying to be able to spit out a carefully thought out sentence that makes some kind of sense, especially for also speakers that are not native English speakers, but they speak a little bit of English. So I have to think carefully in a way and respond in a way that they can understand well. Korea is not like K-dramas and music videos. If you think that this country will be like K-dramas and music videos, you will get your mind blown. And let me tell you why. Because I don't live in Seoul. Seoul is like the main hub for a lot of people. It's a fun place to be, and like a lot of tourists go there especially. And it's really packed. It's really busy. But I don't live in Seoul. I live in Daejeon. It's much smaller. It's much slower. It's like a family lifestyle. It's much quieter. But people here are very normal. They're not that super sweet, innocent person that you see, or that person that you think is kind of a badass because of the music video. They're not all like that. They're literally just normal people, you know? Living their daily lives, enjoying their own culture. They're just normal people. Things I am grateful for after coming to South Korea. I am grateful for my friends. I am grateful for the amount of transportation in this country. Like, this country, it's so easy to get around, and there's transportation almost everywhere. Back in Mississippi, there was no public transportation. I haven't been there for a year, but I'm assuming it hasn't changed. Mississippi is a very slow growing kind of state. So yeah, back in Mississippi, things didn't move fast. Things didn't change much. There's like barely any buses. I don't even know if the bus system is still up. I heard it was gone for a little bit. And don't even think about trying to get a taxi. Like, that's non-existent. I mean, I heard there's finally Uber now. Yeah, so here, there's taxis everywhere. There's buses everywhere. There's trains to get to and from different cities in the country. Like, it's everywhere, and it's not too expensive, you know? Like, Greyhounds are way more expensive, and that's supposed to be like the cheap type of thing if you don't have a car. Greyhounds are way more expensive. There's subways here in Korea, and it's decently priced. Like, you know, like, yeah. It's very convenient to move around. Now, of course, if you live in the boonies, it's more inconvenient, but most of the places here are very conveniently, you know, set out. Healthcare is affordable here. I can afford to get an EpiPen for my allergies, which I had never had an EpiPen my entire life until I came to this country. So I'm really grateful for that. And of course, there are some things that I have mentioned already that I still struggle with. I am still struggling with learning Korean, but I'm doing my best and I'm practicing as much and often as I can. And I'm searching for some type of meetup where I can make Korean friends here in Daejeon. Also, personal struggles. When I first got here, it was very difficult. Like, there are some things, like, it was all just internal struggles, like being black in the country and not being so confident with myself and who I am as a person. You know, like, yeah, confident with my looks is one thing, but not being confident with the person on the inside is a different thing. When I first got here, I definitely wasn't very confident with the person on the inside. So when I would see other foreigners and they got attention from, you know, and Koreans easily make Korean friends, I would just be really jealous of it when I first got here. So a lot of personal growth, you know, I have went through a lot of personal growth. I'm by myself. I'm not with the people that I was back in America. So it's like I had to just completely start over from scratch. So it was definitely a lot of personal growth has happened within a year. I don't think I would be this person if I didn't move here. I don't know. So yeah, that is my time here in Korea. If you have any questions or comments or things that you just want to know about Korea, I can answer them to the best of my ability and make videos about it too, because each person's experience is different when they move to a different country, and I'll try to talk as honestly and openly about it as possible. So yeah, just hit me up in the comments. You want to know if I've been to any concerts for K-popping? Comment. Okay. See you guys in the next video. Bye.